So I'm just going to do a quick meshing demo in dicehub. I've literally just logged into my account. The first thing you see is your top level view of your projects. So I need to create a new project. I call this one Ferrari and select internal visibility and create project. So this just creates your project directory. Next thing is to start the meshing application. So this takes you through to the meshing options. The first thing that you should see in the background is this background mesh. If you can see that, that's good. If you can't see anything in the background at this stage, then there's something potentially wrong with the graphics card or something like that, but we can see that, so that's good. So first thing is to upload your geometry. I've got a Ferrari 488 geometry. It's a very coarse STL file, but it's okay just for demonstration purposes. So that's loaded in. You can see the geometry there, so that's all good. The next thing is to sort out the background mesh. For the background mesh, it helps, I think, to view it side on and in parallel projection mode. So I'm just going to specify the range of background mesh. So it wants to be -6 to 8. In Y, it's going to be 0 to 4, and instead, go -2 2. And I want to specify the number of cells in each direction. So if I have 1 meter cells, then it's going to be 14 in X, 4 in Y, and 4 in Z. Move that out of the way. Reset the window. So that is my background mesh. That's what it should look like. So I'm just going to realign the view there, and the next thing is to specify the material point. So I want that should be just somewhere outside of the car. And next thing I want to specify is like edge refinement. So I'm just going to click on the geometry there and specify edge refinement. I think 6 will probably be about right, and that's 6 levels of refinement from the background mesh. So the background mesh is going to be, uptree mesh is going to be refined 6 levels. For the surface refinement, the same thing, I can specify 5 and 6 for that. Volume refinement, might want to add a region, say like a box or something. So if I specify a box, click on that box and then set the position of it down here. So I can specify 2 or 4, I can specify 0 and 1, -1 and 1. So that would be specifying a little bit of weight refinement behind the car there. So inside the box, and specify a level, say 4 in that region, just as a guess. Boundary layers, I want boundary layer mesh, I can add some here. By default it's 3, I only want 1. and final layer thickness 0.5, so that's about right. Cell zones, so we've only got one cell zone, and that's the entire mesh. So I can specify a refinement region on that. And I might specify 2. So that's just going to give the background mesh a bit of extra refinement. That's that done, so I can run that now. I'm not going to change any machines, I'm just going to run it as it is. And we'll come back in a few minutes and see if it's worked. Okay, so the mesh I just finished. It did actually take quite a long time, maybe about 10 minutes. But most of the time was doing the layer mesh. But once that's finished, can I have a quick look at the statistics? So that's the mesh size is essentially 400,000 cells, and there was an error message, failed on mesh check, max skewness. So there's a few skew cells in there, which is sometimes an issue with snappyHexMesh. So having done that, we can have a look at the result. So you click show result, and it should load the mesh and take you through to the last stage. So after a few seconds, you can see the volume mesh has loaded now into the background. And you can see internal mesh here in the tree. So that's all good. So if I want to have a look at that, I could take a clip and just go down here to the clip options, select Z normal, and apply. And I want surface with edges. I might want to change the colour so I can see the mesh a bit. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just going to go to camera options and reorient, and that out of the way. Okay, so I've just zoomed in on the mesh a little bit, so I can see the layer mesh running around the surface. And I zoom back out on that, I can see the refinement box at the back there. And then the other thing I want to have a look at is the surface. So I can switch on the visibility of patch 0, which is the car itself. Take off that slice filter and zoom in again. So we have the surface mesh of the car. I'll change this. I want to zoom in a bit. Got a position there of 7. I change it to 6. And I can toggle on the parallel projection if I want that. So that's basically the surface mesh for the car. Let's just zoom in a little bit more on that one. 6. Yeah. So that is ready for a flow solution. So having generated the mesh there, if you're happy with it, you simply go back to I can go back to project, and our mesh is saved there now. And so the next stage would be to select one of the solvers and then load the mesh into the solver.